Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that you are watching our video so that I could explain to you what is happening in the farm worker community during this COVID coronavirus epidemic that we're in. I also, before I start, want to express tremendous gratitude, heartfelt gratitude for the compassion and concern and generosity that I have seen in among all of you, actually, in the whole society, as a result of your interest in farm workers and their well-being. We have been getting constant donations from many different individuals, everything from a few dollars to $100, and that has really given us what we need to be able to improve the conditions that these people are faced with at the moment. I particularly want to thank three foundations that have been instrumental in helping us improve farm worker well-being. One is the Community Foundation of Santa Cruz County. They have given us a lot of money with which to provide rental assistance to the poorest farm workers in the Santa Cruz County community. And that has made all the difference. I think that we would unfortunately have homeless farm workers if it weren't for their generosity. I also want to thank the 1440 Foundation, who's given us not only tons, literally, of black beans and rice for the farm worker community in whatever quantity people need, and also an assistant to help us out during this time. I also want to thank, finally, the Rose Foundation, which has also been very helpful in providing resources for farm worker benefit. So those three foundations and all of you who have contributed are making a huge difference in the community. Now, I'd like to explain what it is that farm workers are up against so that you have a clear idea in your mind. First of all, we'll start with the fact that in Santa Cruz County, we don't know an exact number, but between 60 and 83% of farm workers are undocumented. As such, they live in constant fear of deportation and having their families torn apart, with one parent deported to Mexico, the other parent here with 2 or 3 children, and wondering if they'll ever get back together. I just think it's one of the cruelest systems. So that's one thing. They live 24 hours a day with the anxiety of that fear. I think that needs to be removed. Also, this season, the season started out slowly, and so there hasn't been much work. Farm workers have no money after the winter when they didn't work, and so they're unable to pay rent and also to buy food for their families. In addition, there are many industries and businesses that have fired their workers, especially in restaurants, in the automotive industries, in even domestic workers and so on. So they are going to the fields and competing for work with the tried and true farm workers that have been here for many, many years. Now that is reducing the amount of income for everybody. So there's not enough money in the families, and they already live below the poverty level, even when times are good. Add to all of that the coronavirus epidemic concern and the panic that has generated through the community. And I think you'll agree this is really an example of a 4-pillared hell. Now, we really appreciate any donations that you send, and I assure you they will all be used to improve the well-being of farm workers. People ask what happens to their money when they donate to us, And I'd like to just clarify the fact that the vast majority of the money goes to the farm workers. In terms of our expenses, we're very transparent about it. We have no paid staff, number one. Number two is that we have just some minor bills. For instance, we pay $92 a year for a P.O. box, which is necessary, and we pay $72 a month for Wi-Fi for our office in Watsonville. Our office rent is covered by a grant, and the only other expense we have is occasionally hiring farm workers themselves to transport or pick up materials that people are donating, in-kind things like that are needed, like mattresses, toys, children's clothes, that kind of thing. So we pay them to do that service. Other than that, every other penny goes in support of farm workers. We don't take any of the money. It's all donated to farm workers. One of the benefits that we have had from the outpouring of kindness is that we have been able to provide rental assistance checks to a vast number of farm workers who would have been probably out on the street or not have a place to live. So we were able to do that 2 days ago. We also have passed out 200 $100 Safeway gift cards. And next week, on May 8th, we're going to start a distribution system in partnership with Second Harvest Food Bank, in which we give food out for the entire month to really as many farm workers as want to show up. And we will spend about $1,500 to $2,000 purchasing household goods that are the most requested things by farm workers. These include diapers, baby wipes, toilet paper, paper towels, bath soap, shampoo, laundry detergent, and also dish soap. And so we make those available, and the farm worker families can go through the line and pick out the things that they'll need for to get through the month. So that's what's done with the funding. We have a hidden food bank. This distribution we're discussing now is hidden because the majority of the Oaxacan community that we meet, at least, is undocumented and is probably the most fearful. You rarely see them on the street, and they usually are hiding either in wherever they're living or they're in the fields working. And so with a hidden food bank in a location where they feel safe, they can come out and not have to worry about ICE or the Migra splitting apart their family members. So that, excuse me, that's one of the things we work on. And we also think it's very ironic that these people who supply so much of the nation's fruits, nuts, I think it's roughly 50%, and at least a quarter of the vegetables for the nation, they supply us with food and we have to hide to feed them. I think this really needs to change and points to the injustice that really needs to be corrected. I think it's long overdue. So we ask you again to join us in this quest to improve the lives of farm workers. And we appreciate all and any donations, and hope that once this coronavirus situation dies down, that you'll be able to join us on a farm worker reality tour and actually meet the people that pick your food, and also see them as people and hear the stories that I've been hearing for many, many years. again, there's a lot of transformation and correction that needs to take place, and only you and I working together can do it. Thank you.